Hello everyone, Zeak here, and today I will be talking about some ideas I've been reading about on the forums. One of these topics is bounties, but I will also be talking more about some ideas that I talked about in my resource video. The main reason I'm bringing this up is after reading about bounties or cash flow from downing players, I had some worries and ideas I would like to add. I'll admit, everything I have read about bounties has been over multiple posts, and I am still reading as many posts as I can, so please bear with me if I'm repeating ideas already talked about or if I mistake what has been stated. This would allow those who want that extra challenge to have it, but for others it would be something rather annoying. Also, if this is the case, then it can be used as a way to get the attention of rather greedy players and pull them away from whatever their team is doing for a quick cash grab. Rather exploitive, I think. Now, if everyone had a bounty either based on class or vessel size, then this would easily become a far better option than the first, seeing as everyone would be equal. However, this would cause players to equip themselves for taking down easier targets while spending the least amount of credits to make money quicker. It would also cause a farming mentality. Let's say if your team has beaten the enemy back all the way to one of their stations, able to spawn a ship, and you destroy all of the defenses but leave the hangar base for ships to respawn. Most would just sit there until that team learns not to spawn there anymore. Money becomes more important than the objective, so not a great alternative in my opinion. Now what about the ability to apply a bounty to a structure? Say you're trying to bring your capital ship into range of a planet or station, but that damned AO is keeping you at bay. Well, put a bounty on the AO cannons and wait for someone to come along and blow it up. This can be applied to any structure and allow people to influence the strategical flow of the game. This becomes even more powerful once guilds can form in the game. It also helps other players gain money for whatever they wish to use it on. With it limited to structures only, this should help reduce the farming that could happen as well as the potential of chasing a single player for whatever reason. Now I would like to bring up the idea that perhaps making an ability to influence the third faction to fight for you. Let's say you're attacking the beta faction, when they suddenly get a lot of reinforcements and are able to push you off. After they are done licking their wounds, they could be capable of launching a new offensive from said position, but what if you could place a bounty on their station for the Charlie faction to claim? They won't know who put it up, only that it's there. This potentially would get their attention and launch a strike of their own. While an interesting idea, it is a double-edged sword. If your team is able to regroup before the Charlie faction can win this fight, you could swoop in and catch them both with their pants down and take the glory. However, if your team drags their feet, suddenly Charlie's team could have a new base and more money to fill a bigger fleet, and then their eyes may just fall on you. Just some thoughts. If you remember my resource video, I stated that you should get money from destroying enemy freighters as well as protecting your own. After a while, I began to think how that money should be distributed. Let's say taking down a freighter nets the faction 100 credits, and the destroyers get a bonus of 100. Should that mean all who helped get 200 credits? Or should it mean that the extra 100 should be split among them? Let's take a look at each before a decision is made. Let's try the former first. Say there are 10 of you, and you take down this freighter. Well, that's a base of 100 for each of you, and now each is getting 100 in bonus, for a 200 total. That's a base of 100 for each of you. And now each is getting paid 100 in bonus for a total of 200. That's a grand total of 1,000 in bonus money. Now let's say there were 40 of you. That makes the grand total bonus of 4,000. This seems far too much to pass out, and where is it coming from, I might ask? Yes, it's a game, and it's just there. Never cared for this type of thinking, honestly. Now let's look at the ladder. There's 10 of you getting the base of 100 and splitting the bonus of 100. Each of you will get 110, and the grand total bonus is 100. No extra money was added to this pool. Now let's say there are 40 of you. The split would be 2.5 credit bonus each, where the ones who did the most damage should get an extra 1 to balance it out and make the number even. And the grand total bonus amount is still just 100. That's a massive difference between the two ways here, and I'm personally leaning towards the latter. And again, these numbers are just thrown on the table just off the top of my head. I still have much more to read on the forums, and I will write my ideas to these as they come. As always, please leave your thoughts and ideas in the comments below, and until then, help keep space epic.